This is the Life-Changing Public Image Seminar, hosted by the Rotary Club of San Juan del Monte.
I think our three other guests here their brains, I can feel it. Their brains are working about how to also answer the questions. Tama ba ako? Yes or no? Yes, yes. And this question came from the audience. Hindi ko na sa inyo itatanong because I really want to pick your brains on this one. Very quick answer lang, maybe 30 seconds. Cara, how can public image or branding help the clubs, the Rotary clubs? Actually, itatanong ko muna. Give me one word that describes Rotary in your mind. Before you came here. Before you came here.
Gusto ko bang makabalik dito?
Be authentic.
And be
Honestly,
kind.
and I told you about this kanina. Nobody get mad at me, please. This was just my impression outside of this, before sitting here and getting to know all of you. Old. No, sorry. It's because, diba, I only knew titos, titas, professionals, like, you know, who are related to Rotary growing up. So, sabi mo, honesty.
Yeah. That's great. We have to be authentic here. Walk the talk. Yes, Edric, one word.
So, my impression. Serve.
Serve,
Yeah.
To serve, yes.
Serve.
I'm very visual, so I actually always see Rotary through the gear. You know.
The gear,
I always take a look at the gear. So
what does that mean to you?
I mean, I think it's working. The idea of it working.
Working.
That's good.
Fantastic. 2 out of 3. So, Cara, how do you think public image can help the Rotary? I mean, if we want more people like you, dibs po, pwede nang kami ang mag-invite sa kanilang tatlo sa club namin. Dibs na, dibs.
Yun palang reason. Yun pala, guys.
Yun pala yun. So, Cara, if you want to target more people like you to be more interested in what we're doing, sorry, direct, pasensya na. How can public image help us?
May connect ako doon, no? Since my impression was that, because I had no idea what Rotary was, which is why you do need public image. You do need to reach out to younger people, not just the older people, diba? Kasi nga, yun yung kinalakihan natin na impression eh. You need to tell your stories. You need to share with them because it's not just the brand or Rotary itself that you are serving or protecting. It's you are in service of the people. So it should not be about just the brand, but what you want to, how you want to reach out to more people, to, like what they were saying, diba? To help, to engage more people, to join Rotary, to serve more people.
Yeah. So it's not just about telling people about who we are, but what we want to do for the world. It's more outward looking. Am I right? How about you, Edric?
I think the word that I think of when I think about public image in the clubs would be challenge. I think if by showing who you are and what you do, you now challenge people and they see this serving to change lives, and the word I used earlier, then I think that would help pursue your objectives, right? That's what I think about. That's why it's so important. Public image, the whole idea of what we will show you, what will challenge you, what will spur you to do action alongside us. That's what I think would be important.
You're always a man of action. Ganyan talaga si Edric.
And that's
Okay,
what
may
they said,
problem. Anong gagawin natin? Ganun talaga siya. He's so Rotarian. Yes. So, may ganun.
Talagang this is really, I'm seeing where this is headed here.
Malagkit na yung tingin ko sa kanya.
Cara will talk later.
Tony Pet, your answer.
Well, for me, I think what public image can really do for the group is, to keep an evergreen atmosphere. Kasi, to what Cara was saying, a lot of perceptions, okay? A lot of perceptions can easily be plugged toward a brand. The nice thing about what public image can do is it keeps it fresh, okay? And I think that's what you guys want, to be able to create an evergreen perspective on how you tell your story.
Yes.
Okay, and it doesn't always have to be, one side of the story. You can always tell a lot of different stories, and you have so many members to be able to tell that story.
Yeah.
So it
How
helps
many
keep
members
evergreen.
do we have already?
We have just a bit above 3,000 Rotarians in our district.
In our district.
In the
only.
Philippines, I think it's close to 25,000.
That's a lot.
It's a lot
And
of
they
stories.
can all tell that story that you're saying. So we keep it fresh and we keep it green.
Yes.
Wow, I'm getting all of these ideas for free, guys.
And I think just to
Clap
add,
for me.
Sal,
Yes,
if I
go
can
ahead.
add lang, no, that I like that the saying of, if parang find your why.
Yeah.
I also have to push that, you also have to push for your why not.
Oh.
So you also have to
Yes.
take a look at the idea of,
Yes.
of going a little bit further, into the boundaries of what you can do. Kasi madaling, it's always about the why, and I like it. But you also have to trust that you can push it a little bit further. Because if you don't, I have a favorite saying, no? So it's, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got.
Yes, that's
So
right.
it's all
That's
about
right.
pushing it a little bit further.
You know
That's
what,
very
what,
important.
what I'm reminded of with that statement of Tony Pett?
Yeah.
The founder of Rotary itself, Paul Harris, in one Rotary convention actually said that Rotary has to be revolutionary from time to time. So we don't have to be constrained by tradition or by set ways, but rather push the envelope and try to find new ways to help people, to connect, to share.
I have so many stories about me and Edric talking about that. What should we not do? Because we were
Like
both really
stools like this, right?
Yeah,
Should
yeah.
not do that.
Okay, but okay. So I have a lot more questions. I think this one, Arpic Tony P already talked about this earlier. That you can just take videos with your telephone, with your mobile phone, and it doesn't have to be an iPhone 12 or Pro Max, whatever. It can be any phone actually. And we were talking about this backstage earlier that it looks like a lot more people now watching YouTube don't want the polished videos.
Yes.
They like it when it's shaky. They like it when it's not
When it's raw.
It's kind of
Raw,
blurred,
yeah.
or so long as it's short.
Unfiltered.
Diba? Unfiltered videos. So I think that's an answer. Can we move to question 3 so that we can cover more? How do you measure the impact of a public image project? I think Josh talked about it earlier. So the main impact, correct me if I'm wrong, is the transformed or changed lives. That's what we're looking for. But additional question, do we now just ignore the hearts and the likes and the shares? Or are those still to be used in tandem with other metrics that are useful to Rotary?
Well, for me, the more the merrier. But at the same time, when there is what we call the social media arena, the World Wide Web arena. But I would just want to reiterate that I hope us Rotarians, even if we are at the digital age, we don't forget. Kasi if we're very much focused at the digital, we forget the emotion, the feeling. And that's where the impact is kasi eh. So, if you get the balance of both, I think it's the perfect public image. And it's not just putting billboards or putting videos or putting posters. It's really actually the message of the campaign and what we want our audiences to understand.
But it can also be an expression of change.
Yes.
When people see you, tama ba? For these 3 professionals, when people see you, they download your podcast, they listen. You can't transform somebody if somebody hasn't downloaded the file. Yes,
Yeah, I like to say lead and lag measures, right? A lead measure would be how many likes, how many engagements, and then the lag would be the changed lives. In other words, the
Yes.
main thing for you guys. So I think it's healthy to have both, as you're saying. How many people are downloading this? How many people are sharing? That's your lead. And then your lag would be how many people give their stories of transformation.
Or how many people are also doing it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or collaborating, Tony Beth.
Yeah, no, I think the idea that if you can convince someone, if you can convert someone, if you can actually get someone to be more participative of what you want. For me, that's the exciting thing. I think that's when people start putting in a little bit more than what they normally wouldn't. So if you can convince someone to join your cause, to be able to help out, I think that's a very good measure.
I think it's a combination of both the qualitative that had been
Quantitative.
articulated by Josh and the quantitative. No? There's a saying that if you can't measure it, you can't improve upon it. And in public image, there are many metrics that you can use. No? If you have a podcast or YouTube channel, for example, and obviously you measure by means of the number of subscribers, the number of comments, the number of thumbs up or thumbs down, etc. Same with social media and other forms of media. If you have an article in a broadsheet or a local periodical, then obviously the circulation is important, the placement is important, and all of that combined will give you a sense of whether your public image campaign is effective. No?
Yeah, I just realized, because even those hearts and likes can be manufactured also.
Yes.
We are in that
Yes.
stage in the history of the
In
world.
Facebook, you
where
can even boost
Yes.
posts.
Diba? But right now, those people who are watching this webinar, I am not manufacturing your hearts and likes, but we want to see those hearts, please. Please comment a lot of hearts in the comment box. Okay, quick, before we end, just one more. Negativity. There is a lot out there. And even, I don't know, with Joy and Edric, their posts are just so full of love. You can't see any negativity in them. For the rest of the human race, sometimes the negative comments are much more than the positive ones. And for a Rotary district maybe with mga 80-year-olds, who may be scared to post something because somebody might say something negative, di ba? So, some of us might say, let's not post na lang so that we don't attract the trolls or the negativity out there. What do you say to that? And very quickly, 30-seconder from around the table. Cara first.
I'm gonna steal something from Brene Brown, and I think, sorry, I forget which president said this, okay? But she said it in her book, Brene Brown. Just think of it this way, yung mga nagko-comment, all the negative comments and people who have something bad, people who always have something bad to say about you, okay? They're just, kumbaga ikaw yung nasa war zone, ikaw yung nasa gitna ng arena, gen ad lang sila, hindi man lang sila gumastos, diba? They're just there watching over you. So they actually have no bearing with whatever it is that you have to offer the world. So, no bearing. Struggle. Mahirap. Let's be real, mahirap siya. Diba? Mahirap, mahasaktan ka talaga eh. But just keep coming back to your why, your purpose, and your service to the people, then you'll be able to shrug it off.
Edric.
Yes, I would say filter, right? So there are different levels of negativity in social media. Some things are more disastrous than others. So filter out the disastrous ones. And when it's disastrous, you want to ask yourself, do I want to engage this person publicly in this post, or do I want to engage them privately? So that's what I would suggest with negativity. Filter it, and then decide whether it makes sense to do it privately or publicly if it's something serious.
Because it might teach you something about
Correct.
teach you something about you.
Yeah, I think it's always going to be impossible to please everyone. There will always be someone who will say something negative, whether it's to make a point or whether it's to just mess around with you. But I think that it creates buzz. In fact, for me, sometimes the negative comments actually let you know that someone's listening.
Yeah.
So
Because more authentic.
don't be afraid to get someone na kumukontra. So it's always about that. Just I think it goes back to your purpose. If you're true to what you're doing, it doesn't matter.
Nice that. Data scientist from ABS-CBN I interviewed a couple of years ago said many of the artista in ABS-CBN who have no bashers are less sikat than those who have bashers. So guys, wag tayong pikon, in short. I'll start with Josh, and then Lizelle, and then Tony P.
Salve for me.
Sanay na daw siya, guys, sa
Yeah.
negative ko.
Actually, yeah. No, you know what? I
Okay
have
lang.
been bashed before, and I experienced that online, and
Oh.
it was not putting you in a very good position. In fact, it's traumatizing. But what I can say to my fellow Rotarians, we're doing good for the world, for our communities, and for our people. I'm not saying this just because I just want to say it, but this is what we do. So have courage to share the love, have courage to share the vision, and have courage to share what we do. Because you wouldn't know when you share something, another person's life will change.
Nice.
It did to mine. That's all.
I thank you.
I thank you.
Arvic,
Parang
Lizelle?
beauty contest.
Negativity,
On Miss Universe.
it's just a part of life, no? It is a challenge. So, tayo, mga Rotarian, we have to be careful, no? Kasi we're posting a lot of pictures. Some other people says na we're a camera club. So, we need to be authentic, kagaya na sinasabi nila. We need to be relatable. Dapat makita nila, maramdaman nila yung sincerity na ginagawa natin. Don't hold the tarpaulin, no? The tarpaulin habang nagbibigay ka ng mga ano. So, just put it in the background and be authentic so we will prevent the negativity, di ba? The bashing and ano na we're just doing it for publicity. So we have to let them feel that we are sincere with what we're doing. So it's, you know, the reaction that we're going to get is just based on our actions. So be careful about it. That's my take on that.
Woohoo! All right. Last one. Arvic, Tony P.
Well, you can't please everybody. And if you're sharing what you're doing and what you're doing is good, then it's all good. If people criticize, make negative comments, mema, nega, engage. Engage in a positive way. If they still act like that and make those negative comments that really don't make sense anymore, other viewers and other followers and likers will see how such an asshole or a jerk this person or troll is, no? So and then if he still persists, you can just block him. So that's good. I mean, and then just continue doing what we're doing, because what we cannot do is not share just because of fear of some toxic or negative comment. No, I mean that will never happen.
I remember when I was, I came out with videos against scammers, and I got bashed all over social media, really bad words out there. And Edric and I were just, Edric was there, right there with me and saying, partner, how are you, ganyan. What you said really happened. The followers were the ones who
That's
were
right.
defending me. And I didn't even say anything. But I think that ends today's discussion with a positive note, even though we were talking about negativity. Because it's part of life. We have to do good by dealing with the bad. And we just need to have courage to be authentic, to be out there, because the alternative is to hide back into our caves, and that's not a good thing for anybody, not just the Rotary.
In fact, I remember a statement of one of our discount speakers. We have to be in the arena, whether it is a digital one, a virtual one, or the real one. We have to be there to do good.
And this is a great arena here, guys, because I had so many great conversations today. Thank you so much, Cara, Edric, and Tony Pet. And let me not now again say Tony Pet. Okay.
He's looking at you. It's all right. It's all right.
All right. And then Tony P, Tony Pet, Lizelle, and Josh. This has been a great conversation. I hope everybody who was listening took down notes. Take pictures of your notes, and I hope you're posting that and using the hashtag that we chose. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking with us this afternoon. I hope you learned a lot from this very out-of-the-box experience of a public image webinar that's not full of slides, but more of beautiful people and beautiful conversations. I hope you'll take public image and branding seriously starting today, and follow the priorities for 2021, so that then we'll do better in 2022. Thank you so much, everybody.